Alrighty, we are doing astrology predictions for 2021. So I probably am going to be doing a second one of these just because of the stuff that's happening in 2021. But let's do this one as the precursor. and there's actually quite a bit of information. So let's just roll with this, and then, you can chew this to pieces and look at it. But I think after 2020, I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to know about 2021. And for some people, they might want a lot of information, and some people, they might want less. And so I'm going to try and accommodate both. So thank you for bearing with me. All right. Astrology 2021. The arbiters of forward progression, Jupiter and Saturn, are moving into Aquarius on December in 2020, shifting us out of the stuck and frozen space of Capricorn and into the powers of advancement and the fast-paced, rebellious air sign of Aquarius. That alone sets the stage for a massive turn in human consciousness. We are at a milestone moment, one that initiates a 30-year revolution towards a world designed from a more communal and socially conscious and responsible place. It is exciting, but to get there will be a whole other level of determination and long-term effort that will be required from everyone on a global scale. Aquarius is a fixed sign, and as such, it will make us address and expect some people to stubbornly resist the change and move towards even more fanatical mindsets. Regardless of any attempts from this quadrant, the stars are in motion, and they have determined that we will need to move forward, not stay stuck and trapped in our repetitive history. There is going to be a big thrust on a political and global level to change everything that we have done that has been so destructive into something that intends to heal, integrate, and understand. Expect the astrology to kick hard from January 20th through 23rd. Notice this is Inauguration Day. Mars will conjunct Uranus and square Jupiter. Not that anyone is surprised, but we can expect a historic lack of cooperation from the aggressive sign of Mars with this fundamental change-making sign of Uranus. Old ways do not want to die, but it will not matter because new ideas are forcing their way into the conservative mindset, and those major shifts have impetus and power behind them. They will not be stopped. Then Mercury will go retrograde January 30th through February 20th, giving us a moment to take a breath and catch up to the massively shifting currents that are refusing to conform to the old and antiquated ways of the past. Fortunately, Venus will calm things down as it conjuncts Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter in the middle of the month of February. We are going to need that particular pattern at that particular time. Then at the end of February, Mercury will also go into Aquarius and give more power to the Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. Let's just say that the words spoken will be grandiose and broad in their dream. Such big dreams will require a lot of effort and planning. Big dreams take time, and those shifts are just at the beginning. In Mars, Venus will conjunct Neptune, and the politics will have to take a back seat to the family matters that are dominant and pulling at your heart and soul. In April, Uranus and Venus conjunct. Then Venus will square Saturn, while Pluto decides to go retrograde. To say it is going to be exciting is an understatement. It is a passion-filled spring that brings many things to a fevered pitch. Some of those things could be hard and painful. A pot is definitely going to boil over, and towards the end of the month, the astrology in the U.S. chart is so bad, it can indicate massive political crackdowns, breakdowns, and yes, even world wars. In May, Jupiter is giving us a lot of heartache as it jumps all around. The middle of the month, it moves into emotional Pisces. Then months later, it will retrograde back into Aquarius the end of July. Jupiter and Saturn will square with Uranus, and just know that it will feel like a boxing match politically. It's going to be extreme and strong. I predict literal tectonic and seismic earthquake period globally. Regardless, transformation is the only way through. It is going to be bumpy, so fasten your seatbelts and look both ways, as you will be crossing big highways and streets as we intend to move forward. At the end of May, we go once again into the eclipse zone, and the duality pulling us between Sagittarius, May 26th, a lunar eclipse, and Gemini, June 10th, a solar eclipse. Expect many dueling opinions speaking, and the strong voice of diversity loudly claiming its position in our country. For many, the world is going to go way outside their comfort zones. From April through the fall, there is a series of retrogrades. They intend to teach us to stop pushing forward and instead stand firm and construct the path ahead before stepping on it. Mistakes need to be honored and addressed. Clarification on many things needs to be reviewed, and the future needs strong strategies. At the end of June through the end of July, Venus and Mars are dancing in the extroverted light of Leo. Expect a lot of political drama and the personal, heart-centered connection. In September, Pluto and Saturn will trine Mars. It may feel like old shit is coming back up, and it can get frustrating that some will want to play the old games again. Know that such things are coming up because they are in limbo and need refining. It's going to be okay. Don't let it break down your hope. November makes things want to boil over again when Mars enters Scorpio and opposes Uranus. Expect a fight. I hope it's not just because of a global shift demanding to be heard. Then finally, in December, Venus conjuncts Pluto, and that gives a moment of forgiveness and a begrudging nod of competence. Overall, this year is about massive, quick, transformative change. And that's going to be harder for some, easier for others, and we're kind of swinging the pendulum once again. So, needless to say, it's going to be an interesting year. You probably will want to look at my numerology for 2021 because it's a number 5. It's all about the earth and the earth energy and you know, getting grounded and getting stable and, you know, literally building something from the ground floor up that has burned to the ground. So, and it's also the year of the ox, and I will be doing a video also about the year of the ox so that you get a well-rounded, full spectrum perspective. Like I said, I'm probably going to do another video on the astrology of 2021. There's just so much. I felt like this was enough for this bunch right here. And so sometimes taking things in 2 chunks is a little bit easier. Anyway, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.